This is the UNC Duke NBA draft recap with my brothers. We're going to talk about some things here on 94 Feet of UNC.
Gordy to Black. The time, 18. Shot, Jordan! Michael Jordan!
Swicker with the defense and the rebound. That's a good effort by Swicker.
Stackhouse streaking in on Park. Reverse dunk is good, and he gets fouled by Park. Oh my goodness, what a dunk by Stackhouse.
Interesting that he brought him back so quickly, but you know what? They're down eight. In fairness, you can't teach that. You can't teach that. You can't teach that high-rising ability. Three. And Green rips down the rebound in traffic. 4-on-1. Great job. What a terrific job in transition. I mean, you could.
The glass no good. Rebound followed by Hansgrove. Good! Carolina.
Inside 30 overall. Love, top of the key.
Alice about this over. Carolina. The Tar Heels have won the national championship.
And that is it. There is a new team in college basketball. North Carolina takes the title. Have been any final. North Carolina is the 2009 national champion. And this year, the confetti is going to fall to North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time.
What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the 94 Feet of UNC podcast. Of course, I am your host, Mr. Linzel Graham himself, the man that gets no credit from those that use debit. Y'all know the motto for sure. Of course, I got my brothers in the building with me today. Very special episode. And we're going to talk about and discuss a few things, of course. But before we do that, listen, I appreciate all the love and support from everybody, man. Make sure you tap in with me, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Excuse me. Follow me on my socials, on Twitter, on Instagram, at 94 Feet of UNC. Make sure you come join the Discord. It's free to join. Over 450 members in there, man. We rock out, discuss all things UNC all day, every day. We also got the merch. They got the merch lined up. Got the shirts, like the 94 Feet shirts. We got Chapel Bill. Football season is around the corner. So make sure y'all jump out there and get your shirts, man. They come in white, black, navy blue. Of course, I got the black on here. We got the mugs. Got drink containers. We got it all, man. So make sure you tap in, man. All of those links and everything is in the description below. Real quick, just before I forget, make sure y'all also check out the article that my brother Scout P. Cong, Pablo Cong, did on Caleb Wilson. Super dope article. Make sure that link is also in the description. So make sure you tap on that, man, and get his perspective on what he thinks and what he sees from our rising freshman this year, Caleb Wilson. So, really good article. But let's get right into it, fellas. My brothers, it's good to be back with y'all. Of course, it's always a good time. Y'all know the motto. We're not here for a long time, but we here for a good time. How y'all fellas been, man?
Cool. Good, man.
All is well.
For sure.
Y'all come in like y'all just kind of in chill mode. But it's all good. Listen, man, it's all good. I know that y'all fellas got a lot.
If you've been outside at all, that'll put you in chill mode.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Say no more, Newby.
You're right out there right now.
Absolutely right about that.
Man.
That is a major fact for sure. So, listen, fellas, we're gonna jump right into some things, man. So, of course, y'all already know a couple nights ago, the NBA draft happened, and some Duke Blue Devils and a couple of UNC Tar Heels got drafted. One of them not so much, but he did get drafted, I guess you could say. But I mean, let's get you all's thoughts on everything. Like, let's start breaking them down. And tell me how y'all feel about, the picks, where they went, and you all's perspective on things.
I'm gonna say this and get this out of the way early. Y'all had five, you're starting five drafted, no national championship.
I knew Newby was gonna say that shit.
Pew, 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 pew.
Let me go get that out the way,
I
man.
was
Don't
coming, I
have
was
to worry
coming in
about it
here
no
real
more.
diplomatic. I was trying to be diplomatic, but
Hey,
the
man.
gloves is off.
Nah, but listen, bro.
Let
At
me
the
go
end
get
of
the
the day,
rifle. Let me go get the rifle. Hey, next
hey,
time I come to this pod, man, I'm gonna make sure I put my bulletproof vest on because Newby already throwing shots. Damn.
hey, man.
Early.
Listen. Nah, I'm super happy for all them dudes, man. Like I said, well deserved. So I just had to get that little shot in real quick, Pablo.
But you know what though? It's not even a shot, bro. It's like that's actual reality, bro. So like I think I'm a pretty reasonable person, bro. Like, so I'm thinking the same thing you thinking. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm like, yo,
yeah,
look, where the chip at? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking the same thing, but I still love them boys, man. I love my Blue Devils, man, and I'm still gonna rock with them. We're
for
gonna be all
sure.
right.
So I mean, so how y'all feel about like where they went? Do you think like the teams where they went is a good fit, or like would you have liked to see them somewhere else, or like what y'all think about that?
I mean,
Pablo,
we knew Coop was gonna go one down.
yeah, we'll start with you, Pablo.
You want me
Since
to go first?
your team had the most. Yeah, since your team had the most players. Yeah.
I mean, I like, what I'm saying? Obviously, I like Coop going to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? That's a good look for him. Con, you know what I mean? He
Sorry
went to
about that, man.
Charlotte.
I got a phone call.
Yeah, you good.
You
Con
Y'all
going
can
to
good?
hear me?
Charlotte. That's a good look. I think he'll get minutes there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good for him. So with Kaman going to Phoenix, bro, I like it, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't understand why they would send Mark Williams over there too in the draft. I was like, what's that all about? But I mean, I can see it. It could be a development thing too. It might help him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not thrust into a role to try to make an impact immediately. Give that shit to Mark Williams, let him do his thing. He'll learn some stuff, and then it is what it is. Sion, Charlotte. I mean, it's a good pick for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to see him make it to the league, bro. I think that's a good look. And same with Tyrese, man. Him going to Cleveland. I mean, it's just I don't know, bro. I mean, it just is what it is, man. Like for those last two picks, I mean, I just want to see those guys stick in the league and just do their thing, get their money, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Newbie, what you think?
I mean, Coop, I think it's a great situation for him going to Dallas with, the vets they got, the stars that they have, getting Kyrie back healthy. There's not a lot of pressure for him to have to go in there and carry a franchise, from day one, like most number one picks usually have to do. So I feel like that was a great situation for him. I like that. Also, big market. He didn't have to go to DC or Charlotte, either one of those, franchises just going through so much turmoil right now. Like the only one I really feel like that scares me was Cong going to Charlotte. Just because I don't know, man. There's something about the franchise, bro. Is just you got LaMelo, you got my man from Alabama, and now and what's my man that played the four?
Talking about
Is that Miles Bridges?
Miles Bridges?
Yes. Listen, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like that for Con, man. I really don't. I don't like that situation over there. But hopefully he'll go in there and do his thing and bring something to the table for them, because that's one thing they don't have is a really knockdown shooter like that. So as far as the fit goes for him, I mean, I understand why they did it, but like I said, I just don't like. I don't like what's going on with the franchise, bro. Like it's just, it's not a good look. And then with Molly Watch, I feel like that was the right spot for him too, because Phoenix definitely needs some bigs. So I definitely like that for him, and he'll go, and I think he's gonna be fine over there too. With KD being gone, that's gonna be Devin Booker's team, and they're trying to get some more pieces over there. So I think that's a good look for Molly Watch as well. Yeah. Now the other two, the second round guys, Proctor, I feel like he'll be fine too, just because he can shoot the ball. But Sion, another one going to Charlotte, like I don't know, bro. I don't know how that's going to fit for him. With the guards that they have there, and is he going to play the point in the NBA? I don't know. That's a good. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but I don't see that being a good look for him. But I
Yeah,
think they can play. He can definitely get on the floor because he can defend, big strong guy, and if he can get in the paint the way he did at Duke, I think he'll be okay. But like I said, that scares me for him.
yeah. They guard. They're very guard heavy, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah, yeah,
with
They are.
Cong, him, Melo. I mean Brandon Miller. I'm not gonna call him a guard, but I mean again,
I mean
like
he is though.
I
That's
don't.
what he is.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, and they just
Guard
got
wing.
rid of Mark. They got rid of Mark Williams. So I mean, like, where's your front court? That's what I'm looking at. Like you said, I mean,
Yeah,
it seems like Charlotte might be like a dumpster fire right now, like
right.
which don't make sense or whatever. So I mean, I didn't understand it either with Charlotte picking both of them up. Not saying that they shouldn't have got drafted, but I just didn't understand that. I would at least expected Charlotte to go for a forward or something somewhere. Like there's a lot of guys that did not get drafted to where they probably could have picked them up. Like, if you ask me, I think I saw a list earlier today, but there's a couple of guys like Eric Dixon. I think he might have been all right at Charlotte as a forward somewhere. I mean, big strong
But
guy.
this is why you see these franchise stay sucking pause all the time. You know what I mean? Because they don't like you'd be like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of pick was that? You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
shit don't make no sense. And then some
and
of
I
the
feel like
deals they
Charlotte
make,
is
you
going to
be like,
be in the lottery all the time, bro.
Yeah,
all the
sure.
time.
For sure.
All
For
the
sure.
time.
Ray, what you think about it?
I don't really have no opinion either way, bro. Like, I don't really have no opinion about anything. I pretty much feel the same way that Newby and Pablo feel. When it comes to Charlotte and the Phoenix situation. I really like the Cooper, Cooper flag pickup. Because I'm a Dallas fan, so I like that pickup. It's just gonna be interesting to see what position he plays for them.
Sure.
They got him at the
AD,
3. They
with
got him
AD
at the 3
being
right now.
there and Lively being there. Yeah, he's gonna. I could see him playing the 3, but so I mean, it's good. Like the one. If I had to choose, like my favorite pick of the draft would be the Cooper flag, not because he was number 1, but just simply because of, like I say, Dallas being my team and seeing just how he adjusts. I think that's one of his greatest accolades is that he knows how to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And he's gonna go from being that guy to being not necessarily the guy, but he's gonna be an important piece to the puzzle. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see just how they put it together. And with Kyrie coming back, we don't know what it's gonna look like for him. So we just, as far as what his timetable for returning. So it'll be interesting, man. I'm really looking forward to this season with to see Dallas play.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. I mean, I think if you ask me, my favorite pickup out of the Duke players probably would have been Man. Just him going to Phoenix. Like the fact, because a lot of people had him locked in for Toronto, and we all know the story behind him being able to stay in the country, things like that. I don't want to dig too deep into it, but we all know about that story in regards to that happening. So him just actually being officially able to stay within the country, playing in Phoenix. And to me, Phoenix is a better fit to me than Toronto is. I like that pickup for them. I think they nailed it on that with picking him up. Again, I don't know why the Mark Williams move was made. I mean, where's Mark Williams going to play and which one of them is going to start? Like, Man could actually start with his height and all of that and stuff. Like, so why would you go and pick up Mark Williams? Like, where is he going to play, the 4? I don't think so. Right. So that was a little skeptical to me in regards to why they did that. But it is what it is. But that was the most exciting one that I liked out of the Duke players. We've already mentioned Khan and Sion being a part of the dumpster fire organization. Tyrese at Cleveland, I think, kind of fits pretty good. I
But
like
they
him
heavy at
playing
the
the
guard spot too.
They
Like,
are
where
though.
does he
They
fit
are.
in with the guards they have and Ty Jerome the season that he had? Like I said, that
Yeah,
worries me for him, bro.
But you
yeah,
know what? I think if they do something, they picked him up for trade reasons. Like
Makes
he would
sense.
be a part of a trade somewhere or something. So I'm not mad at it. But and again, while you're there, hey, get some knowledge from Donovan Mitchell if you want to. Like I'm not mad at that pick, but I do think that they just picked him up for trade leverage, if you ask me, or whatever, for teams that might really need a guard or something like that. So and then Cooper is just Cooper. I mean, number one, I like going to Dallas. Dallas is going to be very tough. They're going to be tough in the West for sure. So they got a crazy lineup, man. But yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, so let's get to the big shocker. I think everybody was shocked about this because a lot of people knew, or a lot of people predicted that Drake Powell was going to be in the 30s, last pick in the first round, whatever the case may be. So going 22nd. Ray, I'm gonna start with you first on this one. What was your thoughts on Drake getting drafted at 22, going to the net?
Like you said, it was a shocker, because he didn't have a great freshman year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know we as Carolina fans, or even more so, just basketball like fans. When basketball, you understand the hindsight, or the I would say upside, or the potential in the player. We knew him going to school for at least another year would have been phenomenal, and just really, really important for his game. You know what I'm saying, to excel. But for him to come out and stay in the draft, it was just a shocker, man. Because usually back in our era, like, you coming out and you ain't have a not so like you didn't have a good freshman year, bro. You ain't your chances of getting drafted is zero. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, you drafting on potential too, but it's like, you still gotta show and prove. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
and you finished the freshman year with with a kind of a bitter taste in your mouth, or you leaving a bitter taste in your mouth to the scouts and NBA front offices, man. It's like that was really, really a power move. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just shows, man. Like, you gotta just you gotta stick to your guns. You gotta believe in you first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you believe in yourself, it don't matter. It don't matter what nobody else think, or what the odds are. Because a lot of times we could look at the odds and we fall victim to that. Like, we'll miss out on our blessing because we listening to the odds, or what everybody else is saying, and you won't step out on that faith or that confidence in yourself. And he from just watching him, and just from the outside looking in, man, it's like that's what has really separated him, and just the reason why he is the player that he is. Like, his confidence is crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you and he wasn't a featured player coming to Carolina, you know what I'm saying? But his confidence was like that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's still showing that, look, man, like, I belong, and he's proving it every time. So, like, hats off to big, Drake Powell. And I hope, man, I like you said, I hope he can find his niche and lock into that, and have a long, longevity career, man. So
yeah, for
shout
sure,
out to him.
for sure. Newbie.
I don't know if that's right either.
New.
I got you, bro.
Oh,
I mean,
all right.
right. It was definitely it was bittersweet for me because I did want to see him kind of come back and get some more things added to his repertoire. But at the end of the day, you know, that's my fellow Chatham County guys. Only been 2 guys from Chatham County ever play basketball at UNC, and that's me first, and then Drake, of course. So I'm definitely was happy for him. But as far as, you know, fulfilling that dream and getting to walk on that stage and hear his name called, man, like I said, I was thinking he might be somewhere 25 or later, but, you know, to go to 22 and, you know, he's going to get those first 3 years guaranteed and get a chance to really show if he can stick and play in the NBA, man. I really, like I said, I'm super, super happy for him. But, you know, of course, just looking at team and what I thought we could have had with guys coming back, I definitely felt like he needed another year, just like I said, just to add a few things offensively because there's still some holes there as far as what he needs to be a legit 2 guard in the NBA, right? Like, we know
Right.
he's athletic, we know he can defend, but at the end of the day, you're going to play the 2 in the NBA, but you got to be able to put that thing in the hole. You got to be able to do that on a consistent basis. Like, so again, I feel like if his work ethic, you know, stays and he progresses going forward, it's possible he could be, you know, a nice fit for a long time in the NBA just with the upside that he has. But like I said, if that's the only thing that scares me, bro, is I don't want him to get in there and be like kind of like Wendell Moore Jr. You know, a big wing that just never really showed me a lot offensively, and you see why his NBA career has been the way it's been. I don't even want that to happen for Drake. So, like I said, he's gonna have to definitely get better and add some things offensively. I'm not worried about him defensively. I know he can defend, and his athletic ability is definitely he'll be one of the most athletic guys out there. But again, that is not all it's going to take to be able to produce in the league on a consistent basis, playing the 2 position, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Pops.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with everybody saying. I just think that, like for me, I don't really look at like the mock drafts and shit. I would never pay attention to that shit, so I don't know where he was projected to be at. But I mean, like, I wasn't shocked that he was picked where he was picked at. You know what I mean? Just watching this game overall, man, I just think that, you know what I mean? I think he fits and he translates to the NBA very well because of his 2-way potential. So, I mean, but just like Newby said, he does need to add some offensive things to his tool bag. And I think that will happen, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a matter of, you know, him getting to the league and, you know, they basing things off projection and shit like that and potential. And when he gets there, man, I mean, if you can guard, you know what I mean, there's a place for you on the floor. You know what I'm saying? More times than none, you know what I mean? And that guy he can really guard. And just from seeing him in high school and shit like that. So I know offensively he has the potential to get to, you know what I'm saying, to get to certain spots and shit. And he can get there as far as being a 2 guard and really being able to score. But you know, it's yet to be seen. And I mean, I'm happy for the young man for sure. I'm definitely happy for him. I mean, definitely shout out to him for going to the damn camp the next day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that young man for real.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Listen, he took a chance on himself and it paid off or whatever. Unlike RJ Lewis or whatever, like somebody who got bad advice, if you ask me or whatever, and didn't even get drafted. Like that's just how I see that or whatever. So I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, that ain't always the best. That ain't always a bad thing though.
Nah.
Sometimes
no.
I'm
not saying
going
that.
undrafted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, yeah, that's true. But the thing is also like RJ Lewis is one of those names that if he would have came back, he would have definitely got paid, bro. Like there was teams offering him $2-3 million to come back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, not saying that he made the bad decision because everybody got to make their own decisions, of course. But it was just if you knew that you was gonna be that low, then I would have at least put myself in the portal, at least, because you could just throw your name in there even if you decide to stay in the draft combine and all of that and stuff. So to cover yourself.
So
like,
he
I just think
he can't go back to school?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Once you declare for the draft, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap for that. So
well, I'll say once you can declare for the draft, but if you hire an agent, then that's when it's over.
Yeah, but these guys already have agents.
But I think I think what it is, I think that's an old school rule right there, Ray.
Yeah.
I think what it is now is you got to pull out by a certain date. You know what I'm saying? If you
okay, right.
Go back to school.
They give you a certain time, right? They do. That's true.
Yeah, that's how it used to be back in the day. If you signed with an agent, you were done. You couldn't go back to college.
Yeah,
but that's out the window now because these guys are agents with NIL.
Yeah, they got. Okay.
Yeah. So he just made a to me, I think I'm not saying he was giving bad advice, but at the same time, I mean, let's call it for what it is.
He was giving bad advice.
He was giving bad advice.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, that's
like,
a fact.
I mean, that's just what it is. And he took and I'm not saying that he shouldn't have, but he took a lot of it from Rick Pitino as well, because Rick Pitino is the one that kind of put it out there and said, like, hey, he's going to be really good in the NBA and as a player and all of that and stuff. And I think that really stuck to him and stuck in his head. But the only problem that I think that RJ Lewis forgot to think about is the fact that Rick Pitino actually sat you at the end of the season, his best player on the bench.
Right.
Exactly. He pulled you out of the game. Mm-hmm. He did all of that. Like, so he should have took that into consideration and stuff as well. And I mean, it just, unfortunately, it put him in a bad spot. And now, I mean, I guess now he's got to maybe look forward to maybe a G League team, probably.
Oh, that's probably 90% of the. That's probably what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's probably
90%. But again, look at what you're making on the G League team versus $2 or $3 million that you could have made if you would have came back to college.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you say, man, like
bad advice.
Yeah, that's like that. I don't think there's no other way to put. But anything
you get some of these agents though, bro, that don't have the player's best interest at heart. Like they're trying to
just be them mugs be just another number.
They're trying to make their profile bigger, so they're telling you anything just to, and hopefully, an act of God happens and you get lucky enough to get drafted. But they'll give you bad advice, just trying to make their profile bigger in the NBA and get more players.
Because they get 20%, right?
They just want that's another check. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you just another check, bro. Like you like if I would have known better coming out, like I would have went with the smallest guy. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy that I knew was gonna work for me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And was gonna put my best interest forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Going with those big agencies all the time, like it's there's a lot of
lost in the shuffle.
Red tape, a lot of red tape.
But they'll have you have somebody working for you that's just a part of the company if you're not that kind of player. It's not going to be like the Bill Duffys and Arn Tellums and David.
Well, see, I was smart enough to do that because I ended up going with Duffy. So I was like, look, Duff, like the only way I'm signing with you is if you are my agent. I don't want none of them other guys. Like I want you. So that was the only reason I even signed with him. But again, not knowing that he done signed 10 other threes at my position. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all of them are projected to go higher than me. You know what I'm saying? Which really don't have nothing to do with my situation because it's like, okay, well, I want if you hiring a dude that's like at the same position as me and likely to go at the same pick, it's like, come on, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Right.
And then even more so when it comes time to, go to these camps and stuff like that, and you already got players on these teams at my position, it's like, bro, it'd be so, man, when that's a lot of times, man, like cats like me, you be so, it make you so bitter towards, like just trying to pursue an NBA career, you like, man, forget all of this. Like, I'd rather go overseas where I'm appreciated. You know, I ain't really got to worry about all these politics. I mean, there's politics everywhere, but you know, at
And
least
you
it's
more
like
than
I said,
likely
at
you're
least
gonna
I
make more
know,
money over there.
at least I know I'm gonna play. I'm gonna make great money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I'm gonna be able to say that. You know, I was in my, I was in my prime at this point of my career. Like,
Right.
as opposed to just making a team every summer, not playing. You at the end of the bench, and it's like you working harder, you working dumb hard just to sit on the bench, and you ain't really never gonna ever be able to say that you was, you know what I'm saying, you seen yourself grow as a player when you
Right.
when you those type of, you know what I'm saying, like you just so gun ho on like just being in the league. You ain't even. It's like, bro, like what does that mean when you ain't even playing? Like at some
Right.
point, it's like, yo, I want to play, dog.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Again, he just took bad advice. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I don't.
But you
I
know,
mean,
what was crazy to me watching the draft the other night, bro, was I was seeing some disappointment on guys' face.
Yeah, and see, and you know why? Because those
Did you
agents was telling
the
them
kid
all
from
this
South
door
Carolina
job.
that got drafted by Toronto? Like reading
who
his
got drafted
lips.
by? Who was that got drafted by Toronto?
What's his last name? Boy, something boy. He got a hyphenated last name.
Something Boyles. Damn, what's his name?
It's something. Is it Murray Boyles?
Murray. I think it is Murray Boyles.
I think it is. But he was a sophomore at South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, like,
Well, he was like, fuck.
yeah, and then
What do he do?
I'm
Sit
thinking,
in the green
I'm seeing
room for a
something that Ace
while?
Bailey. Ace Bailey's not trying to stay in Utah.
So how long did he sit in the
Yeah.
green room?
Well, see, Ace kind of shot himself in the foot too. Like he was getting bad advice too.
Yeah, he worked out for nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Boyles went though. Like Murray Boyles went he was a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Didn't he go like
Did
number
he?
8 or 9 or something like that?
Yeah, I think he was like 7.
I think he went right before Maluash, if I'm not mistaken.
He was top 10.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Oh, he was number 9.
Number
again,
9. Okay.
He was number 9.
Again, I
Colin
mean,
Murray Boyles.
Again, these guys, they get the bad advice, bro, and next thing you know, they start chasing the bag. But chasing the bag is always going to chasing the bag can hurt you. It can hurt you.
No, hey, that's a big fact. Trust me, that's a big fact, bro. Like
chasing the bag can hurt you, bro.
That junk will hurt you, bro, if you're not careful, man.
And that's why I always say, like, listen. Something.
I think you also
bet on yourself, but at the same time, I mean, like, bro, like
it's about time.
It ain't always about that.
Yeah, it's about timing too. It's like, look,
Yeah, I was just about to say that shit.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. It is about timing, man, and I think you got to have somebody in your corner, man, that can kind of navigate through all that shit, man. Like the timing of it all, and not just that though. They got to follow the trends, man, of what's going on in the league and just different things, man. Like if you're not tapped in, you know what I'm saying? It's easy for you to get left out, bro.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So it is what it is though, man. But listen, congratulations to everybody that got drafted. Can't wait to see what everybody produces in the NBA and see what they the next level that they take their skills and game to. Hopefully this it'll change the NBA for the better, because we all know how the NBA is right now. The NBA is trash to me, but that's another story for another day. But congratulations and much success to everybody, man, for sure. Just keep grinding, man. Oh, and big shout out to RJ Davis, man. Big shout out to RJ Davis getting that. What did he get? Is it Exhibit 10 or two-way contract or something with
it's a two-way.
He got two-way contract with the Lakers.
Yeah, so
who you gonna be with?
The Lakers.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so big shout out to RJ Davis
from New York. I'm a root for RJ from New York, so I'm a root for him.
For sure, man. I almost forgot about that, man. But yeah, man, it's good to see him like go, like for
Caleb,
sure.
did Caleb get a 10-day? Not 10
I
day,
think
but
Caleb
2-day
went to
contract?
Portland. Yeah, he went to Portland.
Portland. That's
So
right.
that's gonna be good too, man. Like
He
at
might have a
least,
chance there. They just traded
yeah,
Simons.
Yeah.
He might have a chance there.
yeah. I big shout out to both of them, man. Big shout out to I forgot all about that, bro. So I mean, we can't wait to see what they do. I mean, RJ gonna be out there with LeBron, Luca gonna be out that way on the West Coast, So I mean, hey, we gonna see what happens, man. So, but yeah, I forgot all about that, man. Big shout out to him too. So we'll see what happens. All right, fellas. So moving on. Because this is like the meat and the potatoes that we got to get into. We're gonna talk about the roster constructions, what you guys think and how you guys feel about the UNC roster and the Duke roster. So, who wants to go first? Like, do y'all want to talk about just all of listen, just go first. We'll break it down. Like, however y'all want to do this, man. Y'all can mix it up. You can talk UNC, you can talk Duke. It don't even matter. Just, I mean, y'all. I'll let y'all.
Well, I'll go first.
Go ahead, Pop.
I'll go first. So I'll talk about the UNC roster first, and correct me if I'm wrong with some of the names or whatever. But I mean, like I've been telling you the last 4 or 5 months, bro. I think you guys got a good roster. You got a special player in Caleb Wilson. I think you guys gonna have the wings and the guard play, man. And I mean, obviously, you guys have the size. Pause. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I think you guys gonna be looking good, man. I honestly think that you guys are gonna surprise a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people might get it confused with the last couple seasons. They might get that shit confused and get their heads cracked. You know what I'm saying? Coming into the Dean Dome, or is it Dean Dome y'all playing? Dean Dome, yeah. Right?
You can say the Smith.
I don't know if they changed. I don't know if they changed the name or not. I'm not.
Nah. We ain't changing the name from the great, dog. Don't do that.
I don't know, bro.
You
I
know
thought
what
y'all
it's
gonna
called.
name that shit after me. I thought y'all gonna name it after me or something. I don't know.
You know what it's called. Stop playing. Stop playing now.
I didn't know. I wasn't.
Pablo,
that
was hilarious, bro.
There, bro.
Well, Newby, he had to fire back because of what you said earlier.
I get it. I understand.
I like the roster, bro. I ain't gonna front though. I do like the roster, man. I definitely like the roster. I think y'all pieces fit, man. I think it's all about chemistry, man, and just lining it up, man. And then Hubert just, putting out them roles, man, and letting these guys play. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what it is. You know what you got, bro. Don't be trying to hold nobody back. You know what I'm saying? Let them boys rock.
Hey, bro,
you just took the words out of my mouth, bro.
Yeah, well, I guess we all on the same page. It's like, because everything look good from the outside looking in.
Yeah,
right? But
it looks good.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting the hype about that anymore until I see the product on the floor, man. Like 2 years ago, I got to go watch them play pickup in September when we had Cormac Ryan and all those guys. So, and I'm sitting there, and I remember telling Hubert, I'm like, dude, you got a little bit of everything over here. Like, it's going to be a good year, and it was. We ended up winning the SEC, but like I said, man, like I had somebody tell me the other day, actually, their son has an offer right now from Carolina, and he was like, I feel like y'all got a bunch of rejects over there right now. I like the Euro kid. I think he's going to be big for us, and I like the point guard that we got from Colorado State.
Yeah.
But everybody else, I'm just gonna wait, man. I got to see it, bro, because some of the things that was said over, since the season's been over, like I'm not throwing my all in this time, man. I need to see it because I didn't like what Ian had to say. I didn't like what Drake had to say about the system, like, so that right there lets me know that something is more to it than what's going on.
But it ain't nothing that we didn't already know.
Yeah, for sure. Because matter of fact,
we all knew that. It was they just confirmed.
Right, they just confirmed it. Because I was telling somebody this. I was watching one year when Mondo was still there, and Mondo was one of the best we had that could score on the block. And I'm at the game, and I remember every time down the court in transition, Hubert was making him set ball screens for the guards. He was taking away his rim runs. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, like Coach Smith is turning over in his grave right now. And you taking the rim runs away from the bigs. Like you get down there and get set up. Like you don't have to worry about too much offense or running sets. Get a ball to your horse.
Yeah,
You know, that's
that was
what like
that's what we known for,
that's
secondary
what we
break.
known for, bro. Like you think for a
Yeah,
minute if
yeah.
Antoine Jameson is running down the middle of the lane and he has his man beat, you think Coach Smith or Coach Governor is gonna stand up and tell him to set a pick for Ed or Shimon or Vince, whoever it may be that has the ball? Absolutely not. You're gonna get that ball to your best scorer closest to the rim and let him do what he does. You don't have to worry about running no offense. Like
Yeah.
they take the game and they make it harder than what it has to be, bro. And I think
And that's why,
I see a lot of in that in coaching.
and see, that's why for me, I will always. I don't think I ever get away from just that old school style of playing. Yeah, of course you have to evolve. You have to put your own little, pieces
Right.
of the modern, style of play in. But the thing that I
But
loved
the
about
game
Coach
is the
Williams is
game,
that
bro.
he
The
broke
game
he
doesn't
broke it.
change.
He made you think basketball, like to the
Right.
simplest form, to the point where it's like, yo, all I need is the fundamentals. All that extra stuff don't really mean nothing. It ain't got no substance to it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I've been saying that for a minute too, man. I like this the roster construction and like who y'all got, like Caleb Wilson and shit. The secondary
Mhm.
break needs to come back and it needs to stay. Bottom fucking line. Because there ain't
Right.
too many people that's gonna even beat him down the court, bro. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Wilson is athletic, pause, he's long and he's fast. And it's like,
Mhm.
bro, ain't nobody beating that guy down the court, man. If y'all could take advantage of that shit, boy, y'all gonna be lethal.
Well, let's
Yeah,
hope that's
like
what
you say,
happens, man.
look, no cap. Even if like at the end of the season the results don't show what we like for them to like be or whatever, like preseason, we always look like we're gonna be a contender. Just no
Right.
cap. Like we always like going into the regular season, boy, like we be like, oh yeah, like and it like you say, then when it don't happen the way that we think or we thought that the season was supposed to go, it's like this is how we are now. Like, man, I ain't put like, bro, it's been like that so long. Like you say, now you be like, bro, I ain't even rooting for them until like really conference time.
Yeah, I
Like
definitely need to see. I need to see the first 6 games, 7 games, and see how things look.
yeah, well, I don't anything outside of conference play. I'm cool on that. Like, cause it's like that. It ain't really unless it's one of those top games like a Kansas or Kentucky or one of them type of Alabama and like a game like that. Like yeah, like then we can kind of see where we at with it. But no, like exhibition or them non-conference games, I'm cool on them. Like let me see
Right.
some teams that's contenders. You know what I'm saying? Like and see how we do against them, and then I'll be able to be like, okay, yay or nay, if I'm locked in or if I'm rooting or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes I stay
I see that
neutral. You know what I'm
schedule. That
saying?
schedule is not going to be as rigorous as it was last season.
I was just about to get into that. Actually, I was just about to get into that. So, I'll just say this real quick. I mean, I went to watch the first pickup game over this past week or whatever. To me, the guys look really good. Now, granted, it is a pickup game. I mean, we can't look too deep into it. Take everything with a grain of salt for sure. But I did see some things that I was impressed with. I saw some things that to me I think still need a little bit working on. And I mean, overall, I think that this is really going to be a dangerous team. I really do believe that. And I've said it since the schedule has came out that now with it being finalized, I think that I see this on this schedule as far as the non-conference. I see either 13-0 or 12-1, just because the schedule is not that brutal like it was last year. That was a gauntlet last season.
Right.
But I saw Caleb Wilson bringing the ball up the court, like again, like Pablo mentioned in his article. By the way, make sure y'all check that out. Link is in the description. But like Pablo said in his article, he's like a point forward. I mean, pushing the ball up the court in transition, getting to the basket. I mean, I was impressed with that because I didn't know that was part of his game. he also has and he has a vision on the court. Like he can get that, he can see down the court. Him being 6'9", he can look over defenders, he can pass the rock. I mean, I just saw I saw that. I was impressed with that. Jonathan Powell, very impressed with. His shooting is amazing. Like, as a matter of fact, he led in points that day. Well, him and Caleb, they both had 16 points, but they're on opposite teams. So I was very impressed to see what I saw from him. Defense, I don't think is going to be. Huh?
Can he shoot the ball?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He can flat out shoot.
I know he didn't take a lot last year. He didn't take many shots at West Virginia, not a lot of threes.
Yeah,
I don't think the system was like.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about one time before about how that's kind of misleading because you just never know what kind of system he was playing in and what kind of players was around him.
Yeah, I think he went 3 for 5, I think, or something like that from 3. Something like that. It might have been 4 for 6.
Yeah, he didn't do many, but like he had other guys playing in front of him, and then he also had like Javon. You got Javon Small. You had Tucker DeVries. You know what I'm saying? Like them guys who got all the shots. You know,
and you got to remember too, he was a freshman. Like he's a sophomore this year. So I mean, it's something. I mean, a lot of times freshmen don't get big roles like that. Yeah, he's going to be really
I told
good.
you not that. I think he's going to probably be your best wing player. I think he'd probably be your best guard on the wing.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, this team is they're gelling together. I'm actually interested to see what they're gonna look like when Luka gets on campus and they start actually playing together with him. You know, and I tell people all the time, don't just pencil in Luka at the starting 3. I don't know just yet. But I mean, again, this team's gonna be dangerous, y'all. I truly believe that. I do think Vazar needs to bulk up a little bit. I don't know. I mean, on camera, on video, he looks like he's toned up. But when you see him in person, it's like, ooh, might need to gain about another 15, 20 pounds. I'm not gonna lie to you, maybe 25, just to get a little bit more tone. Like that's one thing that I am going to be looking for because I saw no post presence from him. None. Now, can he shoot? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I think he went like 2 for 4 or something, 3 for 6 or something like that from 3-point as well. He had 12 points that day.
Remember what I told you about him though, Lindsay. He's never been like a featured player.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not his game. You know what I mean? He's more of a, you know what I'm saying, like spot up, like stretch 4 type of guy. Like you don't just throw the ball inside the baseline and say, go give me 60, go give me 60 like Shaq, bro. That's never been his game. He's more of a screener, you know what I'm saying? Roll.
Yeah,
you know
he's a complimentary guy, that like a real boost, like with spark plug off the bench, you know. It's similar. It's gonna be similar to the Jay Watt situation. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
it's possible.
I'm telling you.
I think it's gonna be better than that, but
it'll be a little better. But I'm saying,
I can see what he's saying. I can see
as far as him being a featured player, like they're bringing him there to be a featured player. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a little different for him. And it's gonna either be a make or break of his time there, because if the system is not conducive to his game, you're gonna see the same, if not worse, bizarre than it was in Arizona.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Well, all I know is I'm excited to see what this team is going to do. So I just to answer, just to ask y'all this question. So first rounds on me in the chat asked, what do you think that the team ceiling is going to be?
Shit. It's only one way it can be. Like, it's North Carolina basketball. So at the end of the day, I'm expecting to be competing for the ACC championship for sure. I definitely want to see a deep tournament run. You know, because, I mean, we spent the money this year, right? So, like, we don't have no excuses, bro. It's like that's out the window now. Like, we got the GM, we spent the money. Like, he was not doing all this stuff on his own anymore. Like, things have been put in place. Like, now it's just time to see, you know, if the proof is going to be in the pudding. Because for me, bro, like we can't afford another season like last season.
That's true.
Well, I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna say Hubert Davis can't afford another season like last season. Right? Like
I knew Ray would get a chuckle out of that.
But it's the truth though, bro. Like I said, I'm pulling for Hubert, bro. That's my guy. I like Hubert. But at the end of the day, like I said before, this is North Carolina
Hey, at
basketball.
the end of the day, business is business.
Business is business.
Hell yeah.
And you best believe they're not going to continue to allow those kind of seasons to happen.
I agree.
Keep the main thing, bro.
Right.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree with that. So
because I mean, end of the day, bro, the support is there now. So like we ain't got no more excuses, man.
That is true.
I mean, I'm sure he's aware of that. He's aware.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. If anybody knows it, he knows it better than anybody. I promise you that.
That's for sure. So let me ask y'all this: how do y'all think that they match up against Duke?
Okay, well, I was gonna say, how we feel about Duke? How we feel about Duke guys?
Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be like it was this past year. They was just head and shoulders. They were just better. Like it wasn't even close, in my opinion. Now the game in Chapel Hill was a great one. It was good.
And we had a chance to win that game, dog. I'm telling you, we
had a chance to win that game for sure. But at the end, the cream rose to the top, my guy. So
yeah,
it was what it was, and it was crazy sitting there watching that. Like you saw the difference in what we had and what they had.
Yeah, fact. You seen the difference in budgets that year.
Yeah, you saw the difference in the budget for sure. The budgets was definitely one was at Costco and the other one was still shopping at Walmart. So
that was more like a Macy's and Walmart.
Right.
Neiman Marcus or something and Walmart.
That's Duke was eating at Nobu and Carolina was eating at Chick-fil-A. Like it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same, bro. I'm sitting there watching that team like, oh my
goodness. Be a lot better this year, though.
But bro,
the matchup for sure is gonna be a lot better.
I'm sitting there saying to myself, and like I said, one of my best friends is Duke fans. I got a couple of them, and bro, I was really, really like, I'm gonna have to sit here and watch these dudes win the national championship this year, and I'm gonna be losing my mind because I know every one of them is gonna blow my phone up. Because I just didn't see nobody beating them.
Yeah, fact. I didn't either.
I'm still disappointed,
bro. But listen though, not only were they good, but defensively is what I was impressed with. How good they were.
Yeah, I mean, but you pretty much know what they gonna. That's pretty mandatory. That's
it's been a while since they've been that good man to man like that.
Yeah,
like
that was
they were playing.
That was a great defensive team.
Yeah, this past year was dude. That was one of the best defensive teams I've seen.
That was a great defensive team, man. That shit I'm still hurt by that shit, man.
Man, bro.
True, boy. Hey, it's probably which one y'all think hurt worse? Like knowing the team's supposed to win it, or being in the championship game and losing at the last second.
That one.
The last second shit, man.
The last second one.
Yeah, I think so because it could go at that point. It could go either way. You in the game. You know what I'm saying? It could go either way, and then you end up losing. You know what I'm saying? And it's different, like because at the end of the day, like when you think that you should be better or should win the game or whatever, you still got to play the game. You know what I mean?
Still got to play right.
That shit is a 50-50 toss up right there. But if you in the game and then nigga hit a buzzer beater on you, man, I'm trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. So I mean,
I ain't gonna lie. I like what Duke has just over the years has continued to just show like, no matter what, like it don't matter what kind of recruits they get, they're always gonna be Duke. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna always show and have that standard of excellence and winning and just expectations, like as if you don't even realize like when Duke don't have like those great recruiting years, it's like you don't even realize it, or you don't even you're not able to tell because of the standard. You know what I'm saying? That they have. And right now this year, I feel like this ain't gonna be their best recruiting years or whatever, but they're not at the bottom, obviously. But like you say, I think the matchups on both sides this year will be back to that that anticipated rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like this year, everybody knew before even going into the game that Duke is gonna be way stronger than us this year.
Yeah.
But this year it's like, okay, let's see let's see who gonna come out swing. You know what I'm saying? Like who gonna come out on top?
Bro,
You know,
they were
last year
about to be really, really, really like the talent they were about to have before that kid from Washington State. They went to the combine and just showed out, and then he got drafted in the first round.
Second coward.
Yeah, I'm so glad he got drafted.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, bro, because I was like, yo, this is about to be ridiculous, man. Like how they pull that one off, like.
But if they would have got him, they wouldn't have got Dame Sarr. I believe that.
I mean, that's possible.
I don't put nothing past
but,
those.
I mean,
guys.
I don't think at that point, I don't think
listen,
they would have needed him.
Duke has a way of just and see, but not just Duke. It's like the players know, like, man, it don't matter if I go to Duke. We'll figure it out. Like they're gonna. Like,
man, they sprinkle some of that devil. They sprinkle some of that devil's juice on them and do some seances and all of that, man. Like we know what.
Nah, man, it's just consistency, bro. I think they just been consistent in their model, bro. I think the model what they have over there, they don't waver from it, man. They stick with it, and it just works for them. You know what I'm saying?
They believe in that. They believe in Coach K.
It's called
like
dollars,
they believe
man.
in
It's called dead presidents, man.
Like,
what are we talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, Newby.
Well, even before the dollar, though, even before the whole, even though I feel like the NIL was around from the beginning of time,
Duke
bro.
and Kentucky was doing NIL deals before NIL was legal.
Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah,
like let's not act like we don't know. Like those dudes, they were ahead of the game.
You might still spending a couple NIL dollars from when you was playing.
Hey man, listen, bro. I know what was going on. Like this, I was paying attention. Because it just let me tell you, let me keep it a buck with you. And Ray, you can attest to this. If you go to college around here, there's nothing attractive about Duke's campus that's attracting brothers like that. The females that go to school there, none of that stuff is appealing. Right? Because if you want to be honest, like when I was in school, them dudes came to Chapel Hill all the time and hung out with us.
No, it's still
in our clubs.
I can't say it's still like that because I don't know. I'm out of the loop when it comes to that. But
no, for sure. I'm just speaking on my time, right?
During my time was the same.
My man Chris Carrawell and them, they lived in Chapel Hill, bro. And I can think I never went to not one party. None of them never called like, yo, we having a party over. It's a party tonight on campus. Mm-hmm. They were going to party at Central or people was going to Raleigh, to Plum Crazy, all that. But there's nothing attractive about that campus, bro, that's making people want to go there. They are going there because of basketball only. And again, we know they was getting broke off. NIL was going on before the NIL was legal. Because you look at them recruiting classes, bro, it's like they don't miss.
No.
They don't miss.
Yeah.
Now, are they winning with it? I mean, they winning games, but they ain't hanging no more banners. Like the banners ain't been hanging like that. But again, it's nothing attractive about that campus, bro. Like you're not going there.
I agree.
Like it's so many. It's a bunch of you talking about some real smart people over there, bro. Like it's damn near Ivy League. Y'all know that. But again, like I said, the attraction is the Duke basketball only. That's it. Like it's nothing else. Like they ain't
having that name on your resume.
And if you happen to graduate and get your degree from there, like absolutely, that is huge.
It means something for sure.
Absolutely.
It definitely means something.
Yeah,
definitely means something.
So let me ask this real quick. Do they split this year? Is it 2-0 either way? How we doing it?
I ain't never saying they're gonna sweep us. I don't care who they got.
I gotta see what's going on. I mean, I'm gonna say sweep, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I will say I gotta see the team. I got both, and not just Carolina. I gotta see both teams. I gotta see what they look like. I gotta, you know what I mean? Because on paper is totally different from when that shit is on the court. You know what I'm saying? That on paper shit don't mean a damn thing, bro. Nothing.
I look at it like this. I'll say this because, and of course, this is no shade. And Pablo, I've had
he
this
about to throw
conversation.
shade.
No. It ain't because I've actually had this.
That means some shade coming.
For sure.
Yep.
Big shade tree.
No, it's crazy because I've actually had this conversation with y'all off air. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my only thing is, and again, this is the same thing with North Carolina too. So let me make sure I'm clear on that. But to me, last year, Duke was just completely dominant. They was just dominant in every aspect, defense, offense, players, whatever you want to name it. This year, I don't see that just because of the fact I think Duke has a lot of I don't knows this year. And what I mean by that is, well, let's if you go down the roster, Caleb Foster is I don't know. He's been pushed off out of the lineup. Hold on, Pops, before you give me some pushback. He's been pushed out of the lineup, at least 1 year, because he got pushed out of the starting lineup last season, and he ended up on the bench. Isaiah Evans is a gunner, but at the same time, he could be on, he could be off. So we really don't know, because to me, I think he should have gotten a little bit more playing time last year, and it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to be able to do this year. So again, that's I don't know, right? Malik Brown, not an offensive threat. Good on defense, but not an offensive threat. Big Pat, not an offensive threat. Good on defense, but not an offensive threat. We don't know about hold on.
Nah, go ahead.
We don't know about the two boozers just yet, how they're going to transition in college. So those are both I don't knows. Nick Kaminia is another I don't know. Good players. I'm not taking away none of that. I'm just saying that there's a lot of question marks because, again, you just don't know. We don't know what Darren Harris is going to do. We don't know what Dame Sarr is going to do. Like, the offensive threat, like, you knew last year for sure, everybody knew this Duke team is just unbeatable, unguardable, whatever you want to call it. But it had to get to that point, though. No, it was. I think it was like that from the beginning.
From the beginning of the season, it wasn't like that. Like, it had to get to that point, bro.
I don't know about that.
You got to remember, they lost some early ones. Bro, and then that's when people start questioning them, bro. So they had to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But
y'all lost 4 games last season. 4 games total last season.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Listen, Ray Terry can tell you, and the reason why I bring him into this is because of the fact the year that UNC won the championship. How many games did we lose, Ray Terry?
I think 4. Yeah, we lost 4 games that year too.
So again, my point is, at that time, during that year, Carolina was marked as the most dominant team going into that season. Am I right, Ray Terry?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, it goes back and it said, that's my point. We knew that about Duke last season before the season started. We didn't know how many they was going to lose, but we knew going into the season, Duke was the most dominant team. Bottom line. We don't know that this year.
That's not true. That's not a true statement, bro. But I'm gonna let you rock. Because
that's not a true statement, bro.
But I'm gonna let you rock. But I'm just saying, though, bro. Like, if that was the case, they would have been preseason. They would have been preseason number 1 and all that shit. They wasn't, bro. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, and you say that I don't know. That can go for any team, bro. Literally.
I'm finna say, yeah. I was gonna say that too. I was gonna say that can go for any guy,
any player, any team, everything, bro.
Yeah, like, especially really with us, we the biggest. We gonna be the biggest. I don't know.
I agree. Yeah. I think y'all missing my point. My point is the fact that all I'm saying is I'm not taking no skills away. I'm not doing none of that. Yes, every team has the I don't knows. That is a fact. What I'm saying is when you're coming off the season before, and I'm just particularly talking about Duke just because of the amazing season that Duke had last year, even though they fell
Well, we don't care about that. No, that happened. That's over with, though. So why we
talking about people, but that's y'all might not care about that, but a lot of people are going to look at that. They're going to compare this year's team to last year's team. That is a fact, Pablo. You can't run from that.
I'm not running from that. I'm just telling you, why would you do that though? That don't make sense. That don't make sense in the basketball sense, bro. Like why? Like
Because that's what the media
It's
does.
all different players, bro. It's all different players, bro. Like why are
But
we
that's what
comparing
the
the teams
media
from last
does.
year?
The media does.
Fuck the media. I don't care about the media. Media don't be talking about nothing. I'm talking about some real basketball dudes. Like, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that don't make sense.
I'm not
to
throwing
do that,
shade.
bro.
I'm not throwing shade.
So anytime I ever
go ahead.
So listen, I'm gonna give you this reference, right? So this is how I live my life, right? Like everybody knows I was in the army for a long time. My nigga, anything I did in 2015 in Afghanistan and I went back in 2016, I didn't give a fuck about 2015 no more. Because it was a new threat in 2016, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, maybe you took some of the stuff with you, but nothing so significant that like, hey, I'm doing this because this is what we did in 2015. That should have get you killed. So we're not doing that, bro. We throwing that out the window, bro. Let's move forward.
we gonna move forward. You still got a lot of I don't knows.
You guys do too. Everybody do.
I said that though. I said that in the beginning. I said that in the beginning that we got
everybody do.
Too. Yes, everybody does. I'm just saying.
Hey,
I mean,
Pablo, let me see that cup again. You just was drinking out of, bro.
I can't hear him. What'd you say?
Your audio, New.
What's up with this, man? I feel like it's static.
It is staticky.
It is a little staticky.
He said he wanted to see that cup you were drinking out of.
Nah, that's my wife cup. Fuck that cup.
I thought I saw UK on there, man.
You did, New.
It's a damn Kentucky cup. It's all.
Listen. I thought I was seeing things, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
He gonna be in the building for that. He gonna be in the building for that game.
I'm gonna be there for the Kentucky North Carolina game, though, for sure.
Wife's a Kentucky fan, so it makes sense. Well, listen, sure. we broke the teams down or whatever, so it is what it is. I just can't wait for this season, man. I'm excited for this season. So
me too, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. So,
but one thing this portal does, like the portal does give you like a new kind of excitement about college basketball because you never know what the team is going to look like from year to year.
Hey, I'm ready for them to start trading.
That's I don't know. It's funny. I don't know if that's going to happen now, Ray Terry, just because of the fact that with all of this revenue sharing.
How can you even do that?
With all of the revenue sharing and stuff going on and everything, that was a talk before they started bringing all of that stuff in. But since now that they bringing all of that in, players are gonna nowadays. Players are only going to sign 1-year contracts anyway. So I don't.
You can't trade college players, man. You don't know how the class is going to translate from one school.
That's what I'm about to say, bro. Like,
no, it was something that it was a discussion. I do know that the NCAA was talking about it, but then, like I said, the rev share and all of that stuff overpowered that and overtook that. So I don't think that whole trade thing is gonna happen now. To be honest,
I'm like that's a lot, man. It's already getting out of control. Like, but that's a lot, bro.
Yeah. So, all right. So, listen, New Ray Terry. There was a conversation that happened, and I'm bringing y'all in on this because, of course, the both of y'all would know. Of course, I mean I do too. But me and our brother Pablo had a discussion a few days ago about 2 North Carolina point guards. Which one was better?
Ray Felton.
Cota.
Better passer.
Better. Okay, my fault. Better passer.
We didn't say better player. We said better passer.
Better passer between Ed Cota and Kendall Marshall. Fellas, take it away. I don't know. How y'all feel about it?
I'm gonna go with Ed.
That's tough. That's tough, but I'm definitely going with my man Easy, man. Like,
yeah, I'm going with Ed on that.
Easy was different seeing that floor, bro. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love Kendall Marshall at Carolina. Don't get it twisted. Great point guard. Great.
Kendall wasn't flashy with his shit.
Kendall, his game was very basic.
But hold on, before y'all get,
you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Before y'all
more like pitcher heads listen, bro. I seen Ed Cota pick the ball up off the ground and throw it between his legs like a long snapper to Brendan Haywood for a dunk, bro, in the middle of the lane.
So before y'all get too deep into it, right? I want pause.
Jesus.
I want Pablo. I want Pablo to explain why he thinks Kendall Marshall. And no shade to Kendall or Ed or anything.
No, it's no shade to any of
them.
No,
absolutely not. Absolutely
not. I'm just putting that out for the sake of the show. Like,
you better.
Yeah, because I already know.
Yeah, Ed, Ed gonna chime in.
Yeah, Ed ain't gonna. He'd be in my DMs like, what you mean? Like, yeah.
This is all I'm saying. Now, first of all, I didn't say he was a better passer. Let's get that clear.
What did you say?
Kendall Marshall was a purer passer than Ed Cole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will say that. I will say, I'll give him that.
That's all I said. Bro. Don't, Lindsay, you know what the hell you doing. You trying to make it seem. Look at him, boy. That boy trying to start something.
That ain't. I don't know about
now,
that.
I said the same exact thing that Ray said. I said he's a more flashier passer. He got the New York in him. You know what I mean?
Well, I said that.
You know what I'm saying? And he. So
the part that people don't know, Ed was a bucket before coming to Carolina, though.
Oh, facts.
Like Kendall wasn't. He ain't never been no, like high school, whatever. He's never been known to score the ball. Like Ed was known as a scorer and a passer before coming to Carolina.
And that's why I would say Kendall was a better pure passer because that was his thing.
That's what he. That's what he hang his hat on.
He did,
you know,
was pass.
Ed just made it look better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Ed, he had that New York in him, so he was doing it. I think Ed was a better passer off the live dribble too.
Listen, I was gonna show I had a couple of videos queued up that I was gonna show with the comparisons between the both of them, but due to time constraints or whatever you want to call it, like I'm gonna leave it all. But listen, I seen a couple videos. I even seen a video with Cameron. Cameron was up there, they was interviewing him in New York, and he was just talking about a lot of the players up there, and he was like, but how Cam got that accent. He was like, but there's this one guy is nice, like, and then he said Ed Cota. I'm like, he was like, yo, Ed Cota was that guy. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love both.
He was.
I love both.
But I told you that was my favorite point guard in UNC history.
Yeah, Ed was more flashy for sure. For sure. I tell you the one thing that I liked about Kendall, and I watched it when I watched the highlight that I was going to queue up. Every time the ball went in the basket, when Kendall was going to get the ball from whomever that was taking the ball out of bounds, he was already looking, his head turned looking up the court.
Yeah, so he's looking to advance the ball.
Yeah, as soon as he caught the ball,
that's something, but
he knew where it was going.
That's something that like
Carolina transition
Carolina
thing.
just do with like that's something that it's like something that we train for. You know what I'm saying? Well, the guards anyway. Like whatever position you playing, you're gonna see similarities in every era. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see those similarities, like because that's just what it's like like when you it's like an assembly line. Everybody know their part. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their part to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you at this position, these are the things you got to do every single time. You know what I'm saying? When you at that position over there, this is what you got to do. So every era is at each position is gonna be doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like they all was like that, like advancing the ball. Like that was something that we worked on in practice. Like in our drills, advancing the ball, make sure you looking ahead, like, and that was everybody. Like it didn't matter what position you was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
so we all so Ray, you going with Ed?
No, it just depends. It just depends on what you're saying. Like if you're saying if the argument was more pure, I would have to go with Kendall on that. But if you're talking about just overall, like just like from a fan's perspective, or now if we're talking about assist to turnover ratio, then that's a different monster too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that has to be included too.
Okay, so
let me ask y'all a question.
Who turned the ball over more?
Who had better I think I would say Ed probably turned it over more because he took more chances.
Yeah, exactly. He was
But
more.
I don't know the numbers though.
He was
I don't know the
probably
number
more.
because
Ed
Ed
was
Cota,
just like if he seen it, he was going. It didn't. Ed wasn't no. He wasn't scary. He wasn't a scary passer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if Ed saw it, he was going. He was taking that shit. But not. That don't mean he was just lackadaisical with the ball or just careless
Yeah.
with the ball either. You know what I'm saying? It was just
He's-
that. Just those the kind of players. Like for me, them the kind of guards I want to play for. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
look, throw that. If he see it, he gonna throw it. And I think
Yeah.
knowing his personnel, he knew that he could take those kind of risks too, though.
So who had
let me
better
break this
players to
down
pass
for
the
y'all
ball
real
to?
quick. Think back to '98. We playing Duke in Chapel Hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember what Antoine Jameson's stat line was in that game?
I don't.
I don't
He
know.
had
I
like
know it was
30,
something
It was
crazy.
like
38 or
this,
some
like
shit like
30.
that.
He had like
And no
35, 36
dribbles,
points, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had the
no
ball in
dribbles
his
or some shit
hands
like that.
for a total of
11
54
seconds.
seconds.
That's
That shit was
crazy.
crazy.
So again, like in the second half and the overtimes of that game, we was running no offense. Wojo couldn't keep Ed in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So this was straight three. We freelancing, and Ed is just destroying this dude off the dribble,
Yeah.
dropping that thing off for everybody. Like that game right there. Really, like if you want to, like them two guys, it's a great comparison as far as passing ability because
Yeah.
they're very very similar,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's
Looking
very similar.
ahead,
Very.
very similar. You definitely want to play with either one of those guys if
Yeah.
you a hooper. But that
Mm-hmm.
game right there, bro,
So,
to when I was watching Sports Center, like, and saw that Twan only had that ball for only 54 seconds the entire night in his hands, but had
crazy.
35 points, bro. That right there broke it down for me. And like, Ed is one of the best, the best point guard I ever played with, for sure. And we the same class. Like that's my best friend. That's my brother. So it's like watching him and then watching his assist numbers not dip off when we lost talent. His assist numbers stayed consistent, even with less talent. Like we didn't have Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, Shimon. Like we didn't have those guys those last 2 years. We still had some good guys, but not on that level. You know what I'm saying? So to watch his assists stay the same. Now, could Kendall have broke his record if he stayed another year? Possibly. Very possible.
Yeah.
Very possible. But like I said, it was just like he saw things like way before most people, bro. Like it was fun watching for real.
His court vision was insane.
Court vision, and
Both of
especially
them,
when that's
actually.
not what he was. Just like Ray said earlier, that's not what he was coming out of high school. Ed led the whole state of New York in scoring as a junior, a sophomore, or junior. He averaged 31 a game.
So,
That's more than Stephon Marbury, Felipe Lopez, like all these guys that you can think of. Sham, like all of them. Ed led the whole state of New York in scoring, bro.
Yeah. Ed was nice, bro. Ed was nice. Pablo, you had a question?
No, I was just saying, like my whole thing was just like we were talking about pure passing. And like I said, I gave Kendall. I say Kendall was because that's what he did. That was like his main thing, not his only thing, but damn near like his only thing was, what I mean, he's a pick and roll, hit the guy type thing, like, pass the ball ahead type guy. And Cota might throw that bitch through your legs, wrap it around your neck, pause, and then throw an alley-oop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, hey, I mean, you can't go wrong with either or, but if I had to take one, give me Ed Cota all day.
Yeah, like I said, but you said it perfect right there, bro. I wouldn't complain with having either one of them.
Yeah,
like it's just that simple. Like they both were great passes, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen, it was fun to watch both of them. From my perspective, from my viewpoint, like you know what I'm saying. So I enjoyed it. I hated when Kendall got hurt because that was another chip on the way. Like,
and it's funny that like Kendall used everything what he had. He got the most out of his ability.
Yeah,
because he wasn't crazy fast. Like the handle wasn't nothing flashy about it, but he got the most out of what he had, bro. Like that was what impressed me. I knew it was gonna be a struggle for him in the NBA because he wasn't able to beat people off the dribble like that. Yeah. But in college, transition. And I think back to that Duke game that they lost at home that year. That Austin Rivers hit the shot at the buzzer.
Mm-hmm.
That game went left because Coach Williams kept trying to ISO Harrison Barnes. And when Kendall was the one killing them the whole game, and we were blowing them out. Then the second half, they put I can't remember the kid's name. He was number 3.
Ricky Price.
Nah. This is younger. Like this was 2012. Oh, what's my man's name?
Dave Chappelle. I mean, what's his name?
He said Dave. It's Mike. I think it was Mike Chappelle.
Now Mike Chappelle is older. Mike is my age. God, what was that kid? He wore number 3. Was he from DC?
Hey, boy, you stupid.
Daniel Ewing.
No, not Daniel Ewing.
Was Chappelle
That's
in
the
there.
Daniel Ewing.
He
transferred to Duke. He transferred to Duke from Thornton. What was his first name?
Confident, wrong as hell.
Oh, Tyler Thornton.
Was his first name Tyler? But it was Thornton though. He was number 3. That's who it was.
Dave Chappelle.
He was guarding Harrison Barnes, and they started trying to post Harrison up in the second half, ISOing him, and they took the ball out of Kendall's hands. That's why they lost that game that night. That's why Duke came back and won that game.
You talking about Tyler Thornton?
Yeah, him. Yep.
Oh man. Oh, I was way off there.
Yeah,
I was way
that's
off.
him. They had him guarding Harrison Barnes.
Dave Chappelle.
He said Dave Chappelle. That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
That boy is stupid, bro.
Yeah, Mike Chappelle was either my class or the year after me. I can't remember.
Yeah. Mike Chappelle was a long time ago. He was
Yeah. Mike, and he ended up transferring to Michigan State. He won a national championship with them.
Is that the year with Mateen Cleaves and them?
Yep.
Yeah, nigga, they haven't won one in like 40 years. Yeah.
I had to think about that. That is true.
I'm gonna say that ain't no more.
That's the only
That's
one.
the only one.
Only one.
And honestly, if Kenyon Martin don't get hurt, I don't think they win it all that year.
Me either.
Yeah.
We played Michigan.
That's when he
State
broke
in
his leg,
Sheffield,
right?
And we played Cincinnati in Chicago that year. Cincinnati was way
Yeah,
better.
he only stayed 1 year anyway, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Kenyon?
Did he do 2 years in college or 1?
Nah, he only did 1.
Man, y'all bugging. Kenyon Martin did 4 years.
Because that's when players used to stay a long time.
Me and Kenyon same
Martin
class.
did 4 years, bro?
Me and Kenyon same
He
class.
did
96. Yeah, 96.
Okay.
Same class.
Oh, okay.
Kenyon was the number one
my
pick.
apologies,
And
Kenyon.
listen,
If you ever see this.
and to this day, Kenyon was the number 1 pick in the weakest NBA draft in history. Think back to that 2000 draft.
Wait, what did he just say?
He said Kenyon was the number 1 pick in the weakest draft in NBA history.
He was the number 1 pick. I do remember that. You know what draft I'm getting it mixed up with? The one with Greg Odom.
No, that's my draft.
Yeah, that was later.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
That was a good class,
That's
bro.
07, 08, wasn't it? 07?
I'm getting them mixed
Yeah,
up.
that's
I gotta
06,
make-
07.
Go,
07,
Pablo,
06,
pull up the
07.
2000 NBA draft, Pablo.
I got you.
I don't think
Yeah,
there's one
yeah.
Hall of Famer in there in the first round.
Oh, Chris Smith is in the chat. What's good? He said, "What's good, guys?"
Chris, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro? Let me see.
Big
Draft
shout out to
selections.
Chris, man.
So Kenyon Martin was 1. Mike Miller was 5th. Jamal Crawford.
DeMar
was 8th.
Johnson was in that draft.
Let me see.
Mateen Cleaves,
Stromile Swift.
Stromile Swift,
Marcus Fizer, nigga. Damn.
Marcus Fizer was
DeMar
like
Johnson
top
was
5.
in the draft.
Yeah, that was a week. That's a
DeMar
week.
Johnson was in the
week
draft. He was the number
Bro,
6.
listen, that is the weakest draft
Chris
in NBA
Mihm.
history.
Yeah,
There's water out of here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Joel
Just like
Prisbilla.
this. Yeah.
Chris
that
Bill,
was-
like, look, do you see any Hall of Famers on there though, bro?
Nope.
Nah, hell no.
Not one,
so
right?
far.
You're not gonna see one.
Wait. The question is, you going Hall of Famers? Do you see any All Stars on there?
Kenyon made All-Star
Yeah, they got
game.
some all-stars like
Small star.
Yeah, Kenyon was an all-star.
Yeah,
Well,
Kenyon was
I mean,
All-Star.
we talking about Kenyon. I mean, that's the number 1 pick. I'm talking about after that. Who else
Mike
is an
Miller might have made an
All-Star
All-Star
from that
game.
Did
Who?
Mike Miller make an all-star?
Hey,
Hey,
Mike
Swift
Miller made
was an
All-Star
all-star
game.
1 year too. Swift was an
Yeah, he was
all-star.
All-Star.
Okay.
But it's not a lot though, bro. You're right. It's not a lot though.
No, it's not a lot.
Yeah, it's
like
not a
yeah,
lot.
before you even get to Hall of Fame, let's break it down with All
But
Stars.
I'm saying, bro, like it's the weakest draft in NBA history if you look at it for real.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It is, bro. Like I'm
You know
telling
who?
you, like,
You know who was nice?
who that?
Nigga Khalid El-Amin. That was my dude, bro. Motherfucker
Yeah.
was the problem.
Yeah, he was a problem.
He was nice. He was nice.
Little chunky man was a problem out there, bro.
Yeah, he was.
If he lost a little bit of weight, bro.
Man, he'd have lasted in the league a lot longer.
You know who he
play.
remind me of? Jameer Nelson.
Yep. Jameer was just in better shape.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nah, Jameer was a bucket, boy.
Yeah.
Hell
Jameer,
yeah.
Jameer was a bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jameer was nice.
Delonte at St. Joe's, bro. What?
To me, Jameer, because Jameer, what school was that Jameer was at?
St. Joe's.
St. Joe's.
He was at St.
Joe's. So I always, and I could be wrong, but I always say that St. Joe's is that era where it started to do, like, you got your Cinderella teams. Like, if you ask me, the Cinderella team started getting more recognition. Let me just say that. That was the year for me.
I don't know if it was that year, but that definitely was one of those teams
that I remember of. That I think St. Joe's for me is the team that was like, all right, yeah, the Cinderella teams are now starting to become a thing. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Well, listen, fellas, of course, y'all already know. Great time, of course. Got many more coming up. Looking forward to them. Guys, it's gonna be a great season. Y'all know we gonna do we got a lot more shows lined up for sure. So can't wait for those. Again, of course, I always appreciate y'all, man, my brothers. Like we put things together. Y'all taking the time out of your day to day to be here. You know what I'm saying? So but of course, y'all already know it's always a great time when we all get together for sure, even whether it's on here or whether it's on Instagram Live. You know what I'm saying? So I just figured, you know what? Let's just do a show. Like, let's do a show. Let's kick things off the right way a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, humble and grateful. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for sure.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man, do what we do. We do what we do, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that is, well, you know what? I can't even do the hand claps today. Listen, I'm just going to do that. I took the hand clap off. I might need to bring it back because I took it off. Yeah, I might need to bring it back.
We signing off, fellas?
Yeah, we are, man. We getting ready to wrap this thing up now, man. So listen, I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Y'all know how we do. It's always a good time. We all link up together. So more coming. Just be on the lookout.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Absolutely. To the next time, everybody.
Moving around,
Peace.
Later.